Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A huge winter storm has brought heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures to the east coast of the United States, as a state of emergency has been declared in 7 states. In Washington, D.C., isolated areas could see up to 16 inches of snowfall, according to the National Weather Service, as Maryland is also facing a major impact from accumulated snow. More than 1,300 flights have been cancelled. Forecasters say the extreme weather is caused by a polar vortex, an area of cold air that circulates around the Arctic, bringing cold weather to the central United States. A senior Hamas official has shared a list of 34 hostages that the Palestinian group say it is willing to release in the first stage of a potential ceasefire agreement with Israel. It is unclear how many of those named remain alive. All but 2 were captured during Hamas's attack on Israel on the 7th of October. The ages of those on the list range from just 1 year old to 86. The Israeli Prime Minister's office denied reports that Hamas had provided Israel with a list of hostages. A woman has died from injuries sustained after a man drove a car into a German Christmas market last month, bringing the total death toll from the attack to 6. Prosecutors said the 52-year-old died in hospital 2 weeks after the car ploughed into the packed market in Magdeburg. At least 299 people were injured in the attack on the 20th of December, according to the latest figures from the Interior Ministry of Saxony-Anhalt. British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer says that people spreading lies and misinformation online are not interested in supporting those affected, but only interested in themselves. The Prime Minister was responding to a question about Elon Musk's recent attacks on his handling of child rape cases, although he did not criticise Musk individually. The Tesla CEO, a close ally of US President-elect Donald Trump, last week backed calls for a national inquiry into the handling of cases of rape by men of Pakistani heritage of underage girls by the government's prosecution service, which Starmer previously ran. A 2014 inquiry found at least 1,400 children had been subjected to sexual exploitation in Rotherham in the north of England between 1997 and 2013.
Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible, they're not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves. And those attacking Jess Phillips, who I'm proud to call a colleague and a friend, not protecting victims. Jess Phillips has done 1,000 times more than they've even dreamt about.
Nippon Steel and US Steel are suing the US government over blocking a takeover, claiming that President Joe Biden ignored the rule of law to gain favour with trade unions. The 2 companies also alleged that President Biden, who is entering the last weeks of his administration, stopped Nippon Steel buying US steel to pursue his own political agenda. On rejecting the proposed deal on Friday, President Biden said a strong domestically owned steel industry was essential for national security and resilient supply chains, including for the car and defense industries. If the $14.9 billion deal goes ahead, it would create one of the world's biggest steel companies outside of China. And Orthodox Christian believers jumped into the chilly waters of Istanbul's Golden Horn on Monday to mark Epiphany Day, one of the most important celebrations of the Orthodox religion. The swimmers tried to retrieve a wooden cross which is thrown into the waters by the spiritual leader of the world's Orthodox Christians as part of the ritual commemorating the baptism of Jesus in the Jordan River. The cross, which is blessed by the priest, is believed to bring good luck for the new year to those who retrieve it from the water. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.